Today we're going to be drawing a still life. So you may remember that a still life is a drawing of things that aren't alive. So I already showed you some examples of still lifes, and some of them are really cool, and some of them have lots of dead things in them for whatever reason. That's what people liked in the 1600s, I guess. But we're going to be making a still life of presents. So if you celebrate Christmas or any kind of winter holiday, even if you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, you might be getting some gifts for that. Kwanzaa's not really a gift-giving holiday, but Hanukkah definitely is. Or could be your birthday. Could be birthday presents. We don't know. Could be a baby shower. If your mom's having a baby, you're getting a brother or sister. There's a lot of occasions that people give gifts in. So it could be any of those things if you don't feel like making Christmas presents. So we're going to start with our line. It's not really a horizon line because it's really like a table line or the line that's the ground. But it's a really important part of any drawing that you make because you definitely need to show that your things aren't floating in the air. And when we drew the crystals, I wanted to show you how objects have a relationship to each other when you're drawing them. If we want to draw something that looks like a real scene, the objects all have to be sitting on the same thing. They need to be in front of or behind each other. They need to have some kind of relationship to the objects around them because things don't just kind of sit there. So if I have two markers on my paper, these two markers have a relationship. I don't mean they're dating each other because that would be really weird. But it means that they are, this one's up top, this one's maybe higher, this one's lower, this one's blue, this one's yellow, orange. Oof. This one's blue and orange. But they exist in the same place. So we need to make sure when we're drawing our presents that they look like they exist in the same place. So we're going to start. You need to have 3 presents. I want to see 3 different presents. And that's it. Just 3. Only 3, no more, no less. Well, you could add more if you wanted to. I don't want to tell you to do less. So we're going to start. We're going to make 1 present. You got to make one 4 inches. So hopefully everyone has their ruler. If you don't, you can kind of guess, but I want you to make it big. So when I'm doing this, I am going all the way from this 0. So I put a 0 in Sharpie on my beautiful shiny ruler. And make a tick mark. I can mark it, put 4 inches so I know when to stop. And then I'm going to connect the top like so. So I have this Big Bertha here. I want you to notice that I kind of drew it starting below my ground or table line. I did that so it looks like it's really resting on top of that table. Because sometimes little kids like to draw things just right on that line to show it's on the ground. We don't want to do that. So we use pencil so we can definitely erase this line because presents aren't see-through. It'd be a lot easier to guess what your presents are if they were. So let's go ahead and let's add the sides. So a present is usually in a box or a gift bag, but we'll talk about gift bags later. No, a present is in a box, so we need to make it box shaped or cube shaped. So I'm gonna choose some corners. We'll do these 3, and we're gonna make it look like that table on its side. So I'm making 3 diagonal lines. And I'm going to connect them with my ruler. I didn't use my ruler for the diagonal lines because I think sometimes that makes it kind of hard to see and make sure that you're making the same lines that are parallel. Sorry to use a math term in art, but parallel is the best word for it. And I'm going to erase any little strays out here. Now, let's present it up. Let's turn our cube into a present. Let's make it interesting. So this part, I think when you're drawing the ribbon, it's really going to work best to freehand it instead of making it so perfect with your ruler. Which I know some of you want to make it so perfect with your ruler, so you can. But I think it looks better a little bit freehanded because usually, even I cannot wrap a present, so it's absolutely perfect. So I'm making my straight up line. Got ribbon. Now, when I go to the sides, it's going to be that same line. Gotta make it go horizontally too. line. And we have a present. So next we can add some more presents. So you can make some more squares and they don't have to be as big. Look at, it's cutting it close with this 3-incher. I'm really going to the edge of the paper, but that's fine. A lot of times artists like to make things kind of be popping off the edges because it looks like, that makes it look more like a photo, or it can be kind of interesting to have some things that fit in your picture and some things that don't. So I got this little guy. I'm gonna make dot my corners that I'm gonna extend, make my sideways table lines. I'm gonna connect them with my ruler. Blah, blah, blah. Erase our little strays. So we got another present. We'll worry about the ribbons later. Now let's make a gift bag. So a gift bag is not going to be a square. It's going to be a rectangular prism, right? I guess it could be a square, but for our purposes right now, it's going to be a rectangular prism. So my gift bag is going to be tall. So I'll make it 5 inches. So I'll make the sides 5 inches tall. This is a rectangle. It really doesn't matter how wide it is. I mean, don't make it too tall and skinny because, you know, we don't want it to be an improbable gift bag. By improbable, I mean it's not really likely that it's going to be a gift bag that would hold 1 pencil. A disappointing present. We don't want any disappointing presents here. So this one I'm going to choose these 3 because a gift bag kind of is, really, it's a little bit. It's a rectangular prism. Connect it with my ruler. Alright, so now we're gonna kind of fancy up the old gift bag. I have kind of a crazy line here. So this top, we're gonna end up erasing where we connected it because we're gonna make these weird lines, tissue paper lines. Erase. So we got a gift bag here. I'm just making these kind of sketchy lines because it's gonna be crinkly tissue paper. We can add, usually gift bags have like this line because they fold. You know how your mom always saves them? At least my mom does. And then like they have a little line here too. They got this weird upside down V and then this line that goes all the way up the top. That's just a little trick I'm telling you for free that's gonna make your gift bag look more like a real gift bag. Kind of looks like a bag of popcorn right now, but as long as we don't color the tissue paper yellow, I think we're probably pretty good. So then we can decorate this bag. So we can do, let's say, a snowman, but you can decorate it however you like. And next time we will either be finishing drawing our presents or we can start coloring.